Hey Yankees fans! First things first, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Yankees Fan Central, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates, especially now that the team might be gearing up to bring back a familiar face in the middle of the infield injury chaos. The Yankees infield situation in 2025 has turned into a full-blown soap opera, and not the cheerful kind. Injuries are piling up, and the sequence is getting alarming. It started with DJ LeMahieu, who began the year on the injured list due to a foot issue. Then came Jazz Chisholm Jr., who had clearly improved the defense at second base, but landed on the injured list with a right oblique strain, retroactive to April 30th. But the latest, and perhaps toughest blow, came during the 11-5 win over the Seattle Mariners, when Oswaldo Cabrera, one of the Yankees' most versatile players, suffered a leg injury. He had to exit the game and was immediately pulled from the lineup as the medical team began evaluations. That left the Yankees without one of their key infield options. Cabrera is the kind of guy who can fill in just about anywhere. He's played third, second, outfield, you name it. A key utility piece, especially in times of emergency like this. His absence leaves a big gap, both tactically and strategically. With the injuries mounting, it's become clear to the front office that it might be time to explore the market. More than that, maybe it's time to look for someone who already knows the clubhouse. Someone who, while controversial in the past, might be exactly what the team needs in a moment of desperation and thin depth. Yes, we're talking about Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Kiner-Falefa is currently the starting shortstop for the Pittsburgh Pirates, who are sitting at a disappointing 14-28, clearly sellers this season. That opens the door for trade talks involving their veteran players. Now 30, Kiner-Falefa is actually having a decent year at the plate, slashing .2808, 3.39, 365 with 6 stolen bases. Offensively, there's still something there, but let's be honest, Yankees fans were never upset about his bat. It was his defense that drew the ire. He struggled mightily as a full-time shortstop in New York. Errors, misreads, and lack of range in key plays. And according to Baseball Savant, that hasn't changed. His outs above average range is in the 16th percentile, still well below average defensively. In 2023, the Yankees even moved him to third base in the outfield, hoping to find a better defensive fit and reduce the pressure that came with playing shortstop every day. So if the Yankees do bring him back, it wouldn't be about defense. It would be about stability, experience, and infield versatility at a time when the roster is stretched thin. He could play third or second base, always with the understanding that his role would be temporary. And because the Pirates are having such a rough season, the Yankees probably wouldn't have to pay much to get him back. Pittsburgh isn't in a position to play hardball. Reports suggest that an offer around 80 cents on the dollar could be enough, making it a smart, cost-effective move. Sure, it wouldn't be flashy. Kiner-Falefa won't transform the roster or spark massive excitement, but he might be the reliable, low-risk piece that the team needs, at least for now. Is this the direction the front office will take? Let's break it down further. Now that we've unpacked the injury context and why Isaiah Kiner-Falefa could be a viable option for the Yankees, let's take a closer look at the behind the scenes of this potential trade and what it means for the current state of the team. First, it's important to understand the general market scenario. Teams like the Pittsburgh Pirates, who are having a losing season, usually start considering trades for veteran players once they fall out of playoff contention. And that's exactly what's happening in Pittsburgh. The Pirates are expected to become sellers in the coming weeks, which puts players like Kiner-Falefa on the trading block. Despite past criticism, Kiner-Falefa is viewed by some within the Yankees front office as a reliable player, especially when it comes to consistency and effort. He's never shied away from tough moments, has always taken accountability, and maintained a strong clubhouse presence, something that matters a lot when the roster is under emotional pressure. Tactically, his presence would give Aaron Boone more flexibility with daily lineups. Without Oswaldo Cabrera, Boone loses a key utility option to adapt the team to each game's demands. And while LeMahieu is back, there are still concerns about his health and rhythm after being sidelined. Kiner-Falefa could be that ready-to-go player for various situations, with no adjustment period needed. He knows the Yankees system and the clubhouse very well. Another point in favor of this move is the cost-benefit aspect. Given Pittsburgh's rough season and the fact that Kiner-Falefa is set to become a free agent at the end of the year, his trade value is relatively low. This means the Yankees could offer minor league players who aren't among their top prospects, preserving their core young talent. It's a pragmatic, low-risk move, which makes sense in this context. And let's remember, even though Kiner-Falefa didn't leave a lasting legacy in 2023, he didn't burn bridges with the fan base or coaching staff either. He did what he was asked to do, and his position changes were more about team needs than punishment, so the environment for a return wouldn't be hostile. On the contrary, many level-headed fans see him as a useful complementary piece, not a full-time starter. Of course, there are still strong reservations. Some Yankees fans still carry bitter memories of Kiner-Falefa's first stint. Many associate him with frustrating moments from 2022 and 2023, especially in the postseason, where defensive errors proved costly. For those fans, bringing him back feels like a step backward. That's why, if the Yankees do pursue this trade, the messaging to the fan base needs to be clear. It must be framed as a short-term emergency move, not a shift in the franchise's strategy. This is simply a temporary solution to an extraordinary injury situation, meant to provide depth until the regular starters are back. In fact, there are already rumors that the Yankees have initiated informal talks with the Pirates' front office. Sources close to New York's management suggest the deal would involve 2 lower-tier minor league players in exchange for Kiner-Falefa, possibly with some salary coverage by Pittsburgh. It's still early in the process, but there's mutual interest. If the deal progresses, Kiner-Falefa could be back in the Bronx within 2 weeks, just in time to fill in for Oswaldo Cabrera and support LeMahieu and the Infield crew. And let's face it, in times like this, when the roster's health is unpredictable, any reinforcement that brings stability is valuable. But what about you, Yankees fan? What do you think about Kiner-Falefa potentially returning? Do you believe he can help despite his defensive shortcomings, or should the team look elsewhere? If you're enjoying this content, make sure to subscribe now to Yankees Fan Central. It really helps us keep bringing in-depth coverage, reliable updates, and no-fluff analysis for die-hard Yankees fans like you. Turn on the notification bell and share the video with your friends who are also watching every Yankees move closely. Let's ride this season out together. We've reached the point where the Yankees front office needs to make fast, crucial decisions. The infield is depleted, the schedule is relentless, and the pressure for results grows with every game. The potential arrival of Isiah Kiner-Falefa, even if not the most exciting name for many fans, represents something often more valuable than flash: functionality, stability. A player who knows the system, who's played under the Bronx spotlight, and who understands what it means to wear this uniform. Let's remember, we're talking about a multi-position veteran, someone with speed on the base paths and a track record of commitment. In 2024, his offensive numbers have been solid. A 3.2884839 through 365 line shows he's been putting the ball in play and contributing at the plate, even if he's not a power hitter. He steals bases, runs well, and his presence could be critical right now in this transitional phase for the Yankees infield. And while his defense at shortstop has been a legitimate concern, Aaron Boone's idea, if Kiner-Falefa joins, is to use him primarily at third or second base, where he has fewer range-based responsibilities and therefore a smaller margin for error. That makes him a valuable backup option for situational matchups, specific innings, and moments where the bench needs to step up. Timing is also a major factor. The Yankees are deep into a tough stretch, facing heavyweight rivals like the Tampa Bay Rays and the Houston Astros, plus crucial games against rising teams. This is the part of the season where roster depth clearly separates contenders from pretenders. Injuries hurt, but what really damages a team is the lack of reliable options, and that's exactly what Kiner-Falefa could provide, even if he's not a star. From a clubhouse standpoint, there are positives as well. Kiner-Falefa was respected by teammates, had a good relationship with the coaching staff, and never caused drama. That makes a reintegration smoother, and in times of instability, having team-first players can be key to maintaining clubhouse chemistry. Let's be honest, this isn't a season-changing acquisition. It's a smart, conscious decision to stay competitive while key players recover. And in a long MLB season, that kind of choice can make a massive difference down the stretch. The idea is to hold the line, maintain momentum, and stay in contention with actual depth options off the bench. Plus, the trade market is about to heat up. If the Yankees make a move now, they can stay ahead of other teams also looking for infield help. Getting ahead of the market is a smart strategy, especially when it comes to players who, even if they're not stars, still attract attention from playoff hopefuls. If the Yankees front office shows it's alert, active, and committed to solving lineup issues, the fans will feel more confident too. Because fans don't just expect wins, they expect urgency, effort, and accountability. Trading for Kiner-Falefa in this context could be viewed as a responsible, situationally aware move. It sends the message, we won't let this moment spiral into a crisis. So now we wait. If the talks become serious, things could move fast. And if Kiner-Falefa really returns to New York, it will be up to Aaron Boone to figure out how he fits into this system, without stalling the progress of players like Anthony Volpe or Gleyber Torres, who've been stepping up recently. To close things out, here's the big question. Would you, Yankees fan, give Isiah Kiner-Falefa a second chance? Do you think he can help right now, or would you rather see the Yankees go after someone else? Maybe a younger guy or a better defender? We want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your voice matters. And this fan base is stronger when we debate and share. And of course, don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Yankees Fan Central. This is where you get real analysis, no hype, and pure Yankees passion. See you next time. And as always, let's go Yankees!